Central Arkansas here on the Red, White, U podcast. And here's your host, Kendra Sheehan.
Another great week of football for the United Athletic Conference. In the AFCA National Poll, 3 teams ranked in the top 25, 4 others receiving votes. Just a solid performance all around from the UAC 2 weeks into the season. Welcome in to the Red, White, and U podcast, the official podcast of the United Athletic Conference. I'm Kendra Sheehan, and one of those schools receiving votes is Central Arkansas. The Bears are 1-1 on the season, getting the win over in-state rival Arkansas Pine Bluff last Saturday. And in Conway is where we find our UAC Offensive Player of the Week in Luther Richesson. Luther, welcome to the Red, White, and U podcast. How are we feeling after a big win?
Thanks, Kendra. I'm glad to be here. We're fired up over here in Conway and just wanted to keep the momentum going.
So in your home opener, you throw for 283 yards, get 3 touchdowns, 1 on the ground as well. We'll start with what you were able to see from the defense of Arkansas Pine Bluff that helped you find those targets in the home opener.
What we saw from Pine Bluff is probably what we're going to be seeing and have seen for most of the season now. We're getting a lot of one-high defense, a lot of cover 3, cover 1. So just, film study and our coach's game plan, really, we felt good going into the game. And it's probably what we're going to see a lot more of in the conference as well. So we're looking forward to more of that.
And you get your first touchdown rushing as a Central Arkansas Bear. Take me through that experience through your lens. I know you were just a yard out, but a pretty cool moment to be able to push the ball past the pylons.
Well, it was pretty great. A lot of people nowadays call it the tush push, but we got all of our strongest guys on the field, and I really didn't have to do much. I just had to snap the ball. They basically just pushed me right on in there. So as much as I'd like to take credit for it, it really was everyone around me.
I mean, what is that like when you're just like, okay, guys, get me in there?
You're just along for the ride. It's crazy. As soon as you snap the ball, you don't know what's going to happen. So it's pretty wild.
Well, when I was watching your post game, Coach Brown had talked about how he wanted a quarterback this year that could scramble, that could be that dual threat. I mean, you had 83 yards on the ground during that game. Where do you feel like you're at in making those tough plays, getting that first down when Coach Brown wants you to, but also making those decisions when to run, when to throw it away?
What we preach all week in practice and film and walkthroughs is just decision making and making the right decision over and over and over again and taking what the defense gives us. And a lot of times, it might be repetitive. It might be taking the check down. It might be handing the ball off instead of throwing the RPO. And then other times it's, it's 3rd and long. Everybody's dropping into coverage, and Luther, you got to go get it. I've heard Coach Brown say that a lot of times. Luther, you're going to have to go get it. So just being disciplined and making the right decisions, but also being ready to go get the hard yards if we have to. And we have a team full of guys that are willing to do that. Coach Brown all the time calls it the dirty 4. We got to get every play. We got to get the dirty 4 yards, and it might be dirty, it might be ugly, it might whatever it takes, but we need 4. So we have a team that lives that and practices that every day, and we just try to take it with us into the games.
And one of the things I loved in the post-game pressers, you talked about the support of your teammates, because before you settled in there, you had some turnovers, you had some early mistakes that happened week 2 of the season, second game. What did you like about the way that your teammate rallied around you, and specifically maybe what someone said to you to lock in? Because then once you settled in, I mean, you were able to really run the offense efficiently.
There's just so many guys on this team that came to me and had my back. I've been on sidelines before as a quarterback where if you're not playing well, you've got teammates looking at you and giving you palms up. What are you doing? Come on, we need you. And it's the truth. At the end of the day, it's the truth. They do need the quarterback. I need to play at a high level, but it helps so much when I have guys on the sideline that instead of palms up and it's pointing the finger, it's patting me on the back and lifting me up and saying, keep going. We've got your back no matter what. And that's really what this team's about. We've got a great culture here. Everybody's got everyone's back. No matter what the position is, if you're struggling, everybody's just going to come and pick you up. So having that, and then having my coaches not lose faith in me and keep calling the plays that we knew were there, and then just letting me execute and letting the guys around me go and make plays, that gives me a lot of confidence.
And I mean, first year with the Bears, so your transfer from Middle Tennessee, and you get to come to this new environment, and it's one of the most unique settings, I think, in college football, getting an opportunity to play on the stripes. And so, brand new team, brand new environment, you get to play on the stripes. What was your favorite part about maybe that experience? I'm sure people have talked to you about the stripes and then getting to play an actual official game on it.
I can confidently say I've never been on a field like the Stripes before. It's incredible. And one thing I wasn't expecting was just how active and involved our fans are. I mean, the stadium was packed. We had people standing all around the gate outside as well. UAPB traveled well. They had a great band and fans, and the atmosphere was incredible. It was just. Uh, it really was a dream first game on the stripes, and just having everybody fired up and locked in on the game. People stayed the whole game too. A lot of times in college or like in games where, things maybe start to pull away, people go and they're already thinking about where they're going to party next or whatever. Our fans stayed the entire game. They were loud, they were into it, and it was awesome. It was incredible.
Well, I will be in Conway this weekend, so I'm excited to see that fan base in action. But, with the Stripes, I mean, maybe this is a better question for Coach Brown since you just got there, but the theory behind the Stripes, was it to, you know, trick out opponents when they're coming and they're seeing this crazy field? Like, what the heck is going on? I can't even focus on reading the defense because I got this field going on. Do you know the logic behind the legendary Stripes?
I wish I did know the thought process behind it. I know it's incredibly unique. I know it tripped me out a little bit when I got here at first, but now we're getting settled in and just having fun out there.
Well, I know it was an open QB battle this summer with Will McIlvain, who was the longtime QB for the program before you had graduated. And so when you got to Conway, how did you attack this offseason, this summer, so that you would be that QB1? Was that, something that Coach Brown had recruited you on, that if you show up, you can be the guy leading this team?
Well, Coach Brown just told me that coming in, I'm going to get an opportunity. I'm going to have to work. I'm going to have to do things the right way, and uh, the more I do that, the more things will go my way. And luckily, we just had a team full. I mean, relatively, we have a few guys on the offense, on our O line in particular, who have snaps and have played, experienced guys. But our offense is relatively young. We have guys that haven't gotten a lot of snaps, guys who are all getting their feet wet really with college football. And for the first time in my career, I'm playing, and it feels great. We worked our butts off during the off season. Everybody showed up, grinded. There was competition battles everywhere, and so everybody just kept a level head, kept staying together, because it's easy during competition sometimes to turn against and try to pit guys against each other. But everybody stayed together. We kept going, and I talk about that culture, but we just kept working and grinding, and whoever was on the field at the time, we all had each other's back. And we're doing the same thing now that the season is here.
Did it come as a surprise to you when you were announced as QB1, or did you start to feel like you were pulling away from the other guys towards the end of camp?
It was a battle all the way through. We were all going at it, and everyone had their moments. And uh, rather than surprised, I was more just grateful and excited for the opportunity. And then just knowing that my teammates were going to have my back no matter what. That's a good feeling as well.
I looked at an interview you did quite some time ago, but you had said, I don't like the term chip on your shoulder because you felt like it was overused, but you did say you feel like you have a major chip and a deep appreciation for the people who are giving you an opportunity. And now that, you have your opportunity to be at the helm, and what was the first thing that came to your mind, when Coach Brown is saying, "Hey, Luther, you're our guy this year"?
just want to make the most of the opportunity. It's been a long journey for me, and to get to this point in my career and to start for a Division I football team, and I don't take it lightly at all. Every opportunity that I get, I want to make the most of it, and then you know more than that, for the guys around me that have my back and that are counting on me when the ball is snapped, I want to make sure I'm doing right by everybody who has given me this opportunity, and right by the fans that show up to watch us play.
What is it like to play under Coach Brown, who was such a prolific quarterback for this university?
It's incredible. It's incredible. You talk about big shoes to fill. I don't know if that even begins to start because he's got about every record you could have here. Uh, Played in the Senior Bowl. He went pro. I mean, he's done everything that a lot of football players dream about doing. So, having him as my mentor and my play caller is a blessing that I don't take lightly every day. And just the standard that he holds our offense to is very high, and I'm thankful for that because, um, a lot of coaches in his position, you could just call a play, could just be like, "I've been there, done that." It doesn't really matter to me. You guys just go out there and do. But he wants us all to be as good as we can be. He holds everyone to very high standards, and we're all very thankful for that.
And I mean, you've been around the game, it seems like, for almost your whole life. Your dad, Luke, a longtime NFL strength coach. You won a Super Bowl with the Denver Broncos. What was life like as a young Luther getting a chance to grow up around that environment?
It's funny because I didn't start playing tackle football until eighth grade. Up
Okay.
until then, I was just running around playing flag football, just kind of having fun, and enjoying the game, but not really playing it seriously. I was just having fun with it. And my parents, they never uh, forced me to throw pads on. They never, my mom was a swimmer. I always joke about this every time I'm on a radio show or talking to somebody, but thank God she never forced me to swim because I would have been terrible at that. And they just supported me along my journey. And I would go to work with my dad and watch all these, Peyton Manning and all these guys, Von Miller growing up, and I just kind of stare, wide eyed, like, oh wow, these guys are like real people, and they're giant, and they're strong, and they're fast, and these guys are incredible. And then as I got into seventh and eighth grade, I went to my parents and I was like, hey, I want to start doing this seriously now. I want to put the pads on. I want to play football for real. And they had my back all the way through. And just growing up around football, I'm thankful that I never got pushed into it too young. Because I know a lot of kids my age and guys my age that I grew up with that played from the time they were in first grade, they had pads on, and you just get burnt out. It's easy for a lot of kids to get burnt out, and I'm I'm hungrier now than I've ever been because I think I started a little bit later than everybody else.
Do you think there was maybe a sigh of relief from your dad when you finally came to him and was like, I want to play football? He was like, I've been waiting for this.
You know what's funny is we joke about this as a family all the time. I'm so close with my family, my parents and my younger sister Sunny. Well, I mean, we are all like that. And I play guitar. I don't know, maybe you can see my guitar over there sitting in the corner. And
Ooh.
they joke all the time. They say, if you don't want to play football, we'd be so much more calm and relaxed on your performance days if we knew you weren't getting hit and you were just going out there and playing the guitar. They always joke and say, "You sure you don't want to just be in a country band or something, a rock band?" So, a sigh of relief for me playing football. I don't know. I think he was excited for me, but they always joke and say, maybe it'd be easier on your body if you played the guitar.
Can you, do you want to play a little guitar for us? I'm putting you on the spot here.
I'll tell you what. If we ever get on a call again, I'll play something, and
Okay,
you
that's
and
fair.
me
Give
can
you some
get a
advanced.
little concert going.
Well, you mentioned your mom being a swimmer. I mean, she was an Olympic swimmer, won a gold, silver, and bronze in the 1992 Olympics in the breaststroke. I mean, what a amazing family background. You got an NFL strength coach that wins a Super Bowl. You got an Olympic gold medalist as a mom. I mean, you said swimming wasn't ever in the cards, but how cool was that just to have two awesome parents to look up to as role models?
It really is a blessing, and like I talked about growing up, I think growing up it's easy to take these things for granted. And I walked around professional athletes. I had my mom every day, and I just oh, sorry, I'm getting a call from our AD right now. I'm gonna go ahead and hang that up real quick, and I'll tell him call him back later.
Sorry, sir. Tell him you're on the line on the Red,
Yeah,
White, U
yeah,
podcast.
we're on the podcast. But just growing up around all these extremely talented people, and my parents being the most involved in my life, and until I got older, I think I took it for granted. And now having them as I'm getting older, and as I've grown and started taking things more seriously, it my mom's a nutritionist now, and a big reason she fell out of swimming is because she started having autoimmune disorders, and her health took a big hit from all the training that she did when she was younger. And so to have her help hold me and my body together with the physical demand that football has is, I mean, it's the biggest blessing of all, because I love talking about the strength and conditioning side of it, but that nutrition side is so much just as, if not more important. And so having my mom on one side and my dad on the other coming together to piece me and make me, feel solid, it's a blessing. And I'm so thankful for it.
Yeah, I mean, that nutrition side is certainly underrated. I mean, just how different your body can feel when you're putting the right things into it. So that's awesome to have your mom there on that side as well, getting that for you. Just looking at some of your interactions, I mean, you've had some really cool interactions. Is there any favorite one that you've had of a former or current NFL player that just always stands out to you?
It's so hard not to talk about Peyton Manning growing up. It's just, I mean, I remember looking at him as a kid, just like, oh my God, he is so cool, and he treated me so good. I was young at the time when he played for the Broncos, and he won a Super Bowl, and had some incredible record-breaking years when he was there, and he always took the time to say what's up to me, give me knuckles. If I had a football, I'd throw it to him. He'd throw it right back, and he never had to do any of that, and he always treated me and my sister like $1,000,000. So, I mean, there's just so many cool guys on those Broncos teams, and my dad growing up, he was with the Jaguars. I think about some of the guys that were there as well, Evan Britton, and then you go to the Texans for a year, and the amount of talent they had there is, I mean, just so cool. So many blessings growing up.
I mean, you were all over the place. That is awesome.
Yeah,
Then, I mean, as
yeah.
a future quarterback, to have those interactions with Peyton Manning, who now is just a commercial connoisseur. Peyton Manning, Peyton Manning. Some of my favorite ones now. But
Yes.
to bring this, all the way around back to UAC play, because you open up conference play this Saturday. I'll be there on the stripes hosting Tarleton State. I mean, the Texans are coming in as arguably one of the best teams in the league right now at 3-0, the team to beat right now. What is the statement you guys want to put on as they're coming to your turf?
It's just a great opportunity. We talk about it all week long, the opportunity that's ahead of us. They've beaten FBS opponents, they've beaten FCS opponents. I mean, they're the real deal. They're great. They've got a great quarterback who I think preseason had a bunch of awards selected for him, and their defense is old, experienced. They've been together for a long time. I mean, I don't know if they even have a junior on their defense. So they've got a lot of experienced guys who have played a lot of football, and it's a great opportunity. It's a great test, and to get it right, week 3 early in the season, we're very thankful for it, and we're ready.
Yeah, it's actually the first conference matchup and the only conference matchup. So you guys are certainly getting us started with the good one. So Central Arkansas will host Tarleton State. That is this Saturday, a 6 p.m. Central Time start on ESPN Plus. It's also Family Day and Band Day. So should be an absolute blast in Conway. Luther, thank you so much for spending some time and getting to know a little bit more about your story.
Thank you so much. Go Bears.